Catherine.
Hi, who is this?
Hey, this is Grace calling with Salesforce. How's your day going so far?
Yeah, it's good. Kind of hectic. I'm sorry, you're calling from where?
Yeah, I'm calling from Salesforce.
Okay, what is Salesforce?
Yeah, you might have heard of us. We are primarily a CRM software, but we support technology across lots of different areas of your business. Have you used Salesforce at all in your current role, or do you know anyone on your team that is?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, no worries. Well, I'm reaching out. I know I'm calling out of the blue, so I'll keep it brief. But I was reading a little bit about all the growth that you're experiencing, and I know you're on the service side currently. I'm curious, has that been caused a big impact to your side of the business? Are you seeing a lot more service calls come in with all the new customer acquisition that your organization has gone through?
Yeah, it's been a little bit messy. We're trying to figure out how to get back to people as quickly as possible and whether we need to make a decision on adding more customer service reps or if we need to
Mm.
automate some of those processes and just requests that we get regularly to get back to people faster.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, we've been hearing from lots of customers that that's been a challenge, kind of deciding when the right time to bring in automation is and all of that. So I totally understand. Can I ask kind of what softwares you all are currently using right now? Would you say the process is pretty manual on your reps? Or are you leveraging any sort of CRM?
We have a bunch of different systems, especially with all the acquisitions that we've had. So Zendesk is the main one that we've been using. Again, I'm not super familiar with Salesforce products and if I've interacted with those.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's totally understandable. Um, yeah, that's helpful to know. And have your reps been happy with Zendesk? I'm curious kind of how that shows up for them day to day.
Yeah, they find it to be really intuitive. So they
Mm.
like the actual like case management system. I think the main problem is that it doesn't interface with our sales team.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, well, I know you're not super familiar with Salesforce, which is totally fine. I'm really just calling to get a better sense of your organization and technology, just to see if there might be, any way we could potentially help support. But I will say, one thing that's unique about Salesforce and the way we could support you is sort of integrating the sales side with the service side, and also offering potential for automation. And so I think, it might be useful to sort of find a little bit more time to show you how Salesforce could work for your business, especially if you are considering automation, just to give you a little bit of a better sense of how that might help you grow, especially given all the new customer acquisition. Is that something that might be interesting to you?
Yeah, it sounds interesting. I just want to be transparent. Like, I'm not really the person who makes those technology buying decisions. So I'm not sure if I'm the right person to have this conversation with.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I think, at this stage where you could be really helpful is just, you're directly interfacing with your reps and have a really good POV on how your organization is currently leveraging technology. So it might be helpful just to set up an intro call. At this stage, we're not really looking to interface with any, decision makers or really dive more into the product. It would really just be for us both to mutually understand, maybe if how we're currently using your software and maybe where Salesforce could step in. So I think it would still be really beneficial to hop on a call together if you're open to it.
Yeah, I think I have about like 15 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, 15 minutes would be perfect. Do you have any time next Tuesday?
I do. What should I expect on the meeting?
Yeah, well, I think for starters, kind of just make sure you have some good introductions between our team and yourself, and we understand a little bit more about your role in team and what your overall priorities are. And then we can, dive a little bit more deeply into what Salesforce does and see if there's, any alignment between what your team is doing and how Salesforce might be able to help. And then we can, work from there on what good next steps might be.
Okay, that works for me. I will, I guess, expect to talk to you next Tuesday.
Awesome. I just sent over that calendar invite. So if you could just go ahead and accept that whenever you have a moment today, that would be great. And I will speak to you on Tuesday.
Perfect. Thank you, Grace.
Awesome. Thanks, Catherine. Take care.
You too.